Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Saturday, February the 18th, 2023. I'm looking at the JoyToy Warhammer 40k Battle Sisters. We have the Adeptus Sororitius, it looks like, and we have the Adeptus Sororitius again. And this is the Magnifier Sister Salilon, maybe. Terrible reading by me, but never mind. Okay, these came yesterday. Haven't had a chance to open them yet, still in their cellophane. They look fantastic from what we saw in the product images on the back. Oh yeah, looks very, very cool. 4 in this box set. They do look really good. They say they're 10.7 cm, so they can be shorter than the Body 1 and Body 2 Space Marines, and a little bit bigger than your normal 1/18 scale action figures, unless they're Star Wars, in which case they'll be a lot bigger. Looks really nice. Let's get a look at this one here. Great, again, looking on the figure. And the back, we see that everything that she comes with looks really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to pause this, unbox them, set them up, and let's get into this. So back in an instant. And if you like this sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen now. See all this sort of content early, no more waiting around, and there's other benefits too. Be right back. Well, I haven't unboxed them yet, I've just taken out, and you can see that they all have names. So, Sister Ludwena, Sister Noyal, Sister Jurel, Sister Superior Cassia, and this one we saw earlier. Okay, so let's unbox and be back in an instant. And here they are. And I'm always excited when I unbox stuff and share it and say this is great, but these really are amazing. And I'm going to put it out there now that these are the best figures that JoyToy's done in Warhammer 40k, and quite possibly some of the best figures they've ever done in any of the lines they've produced. And we'll go through some of the reasons why in a moment. So let's look at them individually to get a close look. We'll go from right to left. Now, first one here, she comes with this really beautiful looking standard, which is so heavy that every time I balance her, after about 3 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, it topples over, she topples over. So they should have made this really hollow inside. That would have made it better. It's way too top heavy. They all come with the same extra 4 hands. So I have swapped one hand over already. So they've got a left hand trigger, they've got a left hand fist, they've got a left hand semi-open, which they come with default. Can we see that? There we go. And we've got a right hand semi-open too, which is good because that is good for holding the sword. You can also hold a gun in that hand. All the 4 on the left come with the same, I believe it's the same, helmeted helmet like this as well. Now let's get a look at them individually. So first one here. She does look really good. And she's got this nice, I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe it's like a holster for a gun. And you can actually take the strap off, but every time I take the buckle, I do the buckle up, it just wants to come undone again. So it's like, yeah. So I'm assuming that could be a holster for this, so she can hold the standard with 2 hands. See, this is coming undone again now. Backpack is removable. Does look good. She's probably my least favourite, actually, because you can't see her face. Next one, and she comes, one of the 2 that actually comes with a sword. The sword is superb. Great for fantasy battle as well, you know, fantasy figures. Very nicely done, the sword, not overly large. Great on the face sculpt, has to be said. They've done a fantastic job on this, and the paint apps on the face work and on the actual armour. Very, very cool. Nice looking figures. I should point out with the first one, and maybe all of them, I think, yeah, you can take the clip out of the gun. So on this one here, does this little clip come out? Maybe, yes it does. Good job, JoyToy. It's these little things that count. Really quite cool, and the sword does fit in the scabbard. Very, very nice looking figure. Superb. I just hope the articulation's up to scratch. And these are so soft and pliable, it won't add too much resistance to the articulation. I'm just worried about the shoulders, but we'll see in a short while. Number 3. Looking good. Again, the clip does come out of that gun there. I say, yep. The great thing about these figures is they will work in any sci-fi universe, not just 40k. They'll work with your other sci-fi stuff from JoyToy. They could work in Acid Rain World to a degree. They could work in Planet Green. They could work in pretty much any sci-fi world you've got, or even contemporary with a bit of paintwork. And they're great for customs, you know. These could be good, almost buck figures, except these fixed shoulder pads here. Number 4, I don't think the cartridge comes out in the little one. No, but the big one it should do. The clip, sorry, yeah. Sword is in the scabbard there. Look at that face. If I go back a little bit and try and zoom in. Look at that. That could be a real person staring at you. A little scarring going across there as well. Fantastic work by JoyToy, has to be said. Really, really good. Turn around. Looks fantastic. This gun doesn't come out, but it's okay. And then we go to the number 5, the last one. Again, this is the same gun, so we know that clip comes out there. Let's get a little zoom in on the face. Very, very nice and beautifully done, in fact, by JoyToy. And then the gun here. She's owning that gun again. Drilled barrels and all the guns. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very good. Okay, so I will use her for articulation since she's in my hands already. Just take the guns out. And this is the part that I'm most worried about, you know, so I do like my figures with good articulation. So let's get a look at this here. Let's get all straight first. The shoulders is going to be the worrying point. Okay, we can see we're in focus. Maybe I should brighten this up a little bit. Can I brighten up? Let's have a look. Which way? That way? There. Okay. So, head, left, right, very nice. Up and down, cool. Side to side, very, very cool. Nothing on the nozzles move. Oh, the nozzles move on the backpack too. That was unexpected. That's cool. Shoulders, sideways. These are fixed, so it's not going to go far. But it is further than the Space Marines. You know, it'd be better if that could go further, but I'm not going to complain too much. And what about forwards? Not quite straight. Backwards, not quite straight, but these are fixed, which is a shame. But you know, you could cut those away if you wanted the buck, I guess. Expensive way. Bicep bend. She is getting slightly over 90, it appears. It might depend where the and over 90 this arm might depend where the arm is twisted. You can twist from the elbow joint. Hands are the this is the normal system that JoyToy are doing now for their 1/18 scale, not the Space Marines. I'm not a fan of this system, but many people are. This is the joint that you have to line up to move. I know the advantages. You can get a much better range of motion, but you have to fiddle around getting that alignment first, which I'm not a big fan of and wasting time there. Trunk, there is trunk. She can turn, small dip, tiny side to side. There is no waist. The trunk is... Oh no, there is something from the waist maybe? Yeah, there is the waist, sorry. So I'm telling you a lie. She can have a turn from the waist, a dip from the waist, and small side to side too. So it's together. Forwards is there, which is pretty good. Backwards, pretty damn good. Sideways, good. So yeah, impressive, really impressive. Hips to the side, not bad, about 90 degrees. Forwards, not quite, about flat. Backwards, she is approaching a full splits, to be fair. That's not a bad job there, just the clothes getting away. You know, you could chop them off if you wanted, I guess. Let's have a look underneath, just quite plain, but acceptable. You could chop that off and make a nice female knight, you know. You can twist from the hip, thigh joint there. There is a double kneecap. Let's move this out the way, and she'll get a nice tight bend, even with the cloak there. Foot, it appears to be a small turn, boot turn. There is a tippy toe, which is okay. The dorsiflexation is a bit too small for my liking, and there's tiny movement here, but not enough on the left-right swivel. So it's pretty good articulation, actually, better than I was expecting. But then again, you know, compared to Space Marines, it was going to be good anyway because they've got such bulk. It does make it awkward. I should also mention the hands, nice and rubbery and loose. Even this tight one here. So you don't have any fear of them being so stiff you can't get the gun in or break them or anything like that. And they do hold the weapons particularly nicely. You know, they're almost akin, similar to the original Acid Rainbow figures in that rubbery sort of hands. But I'd say these are probably feel better quality than the original Acid Rain in terms of the hands. They look great. Okay, so we have got a couple more things to do. First, let's get a measurement. They say they are, was it 10 point something, if I remember rightly, cm. So let's get this height measurement in here. So we can see that this is, she is about 10.5 to the top of her head, approximately. Pretty cool. And we need to do a figure comparison. So I will move a couple of these to the side. Let's keep one of the swords and this one here, I think. The rest I'll just put out the way, and we'll get an idea of how they compare to other figures. So let's start off, first of all, let's go a bit closer, with a Death Corps of Krieg. This is the medic. His hat's on a bit strange, doing a Benny Hill. There we go. And they are slightly bigger than the Death Corps of Krieg. Okay, keeping with 40k, let's go to a Body 2 Primaris Ultramarines. Let's put him inside here. Make him stand up first. And you can see that he towers above them all. He's just a much bigger boy. Let's do the next one. Let's use my Omega Knight Fortnite. Is it Master Grade? This is an amazing figure and scales perfectly well with that too. Very, very well. And lastly, we'll use Planet Green Valley. They've got new figures come out recently. This is one of the male figures. Let's move our sword around a little bit. And you can see that he is a big boy. He is taller than her. He is almost as tall as the Space Marine, but also the Space Marine's a little bit bigger and much more chunky, much more bulky. I think these figures are amazing. These are Sisters of Battle. Not just because they look good and they're part of the 40k world, but because the possibilities for doing sci-fi, and forget even sci-fi, the possibilities for fantasy, you know. If I just zoom out slightly, you lift this up there, you've got a fantasy female knight. You can paint over this here. You could keep that, or you could file it off there. You've got armor in place already. Really quite cool. You can remove the backpack, take off some stuff, and you have a fantastic looking female knight as well. I think they've done a cracking job on these great looking figures. Really good work on the face sculpts as well. I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10 for JoyToy. I think it's amongst their best figures, if not their best figures to date. I'm a big fan of the towel that they've done, and some of the other non-40k lines as well, like the Cult of San Raja and their new sort of martial arts line. Fantastic stuff by JoyToy. These these dudettes, these girls are highly, highly recommended by me. If you've not got them, you need to order them before they sell out. If you're a customizer, it is worth getting them to customize because they are fantastic and got so many possibilities and things you can do with them. I think they're super worth whatever money you pay. Well, not whatever money, but the price that they went at. Great stuff. Again, if you like sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon. Link in the top. Link in the video description below. and check out my videos on YouTube, and I'll see you next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.